Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are, remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another Habs Daily News with the hockey coach guru called Frenchy. Today, episode number 357. What do you mean, coach? First of all, guys, we'll talk about the Montreal Canadiens' biggest question for the upcoming season. And finally, we have a huge, big Montreal Canadiens rumor for you guys on this episode. But before we start, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the likes, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show, and leave us a comments about this episode. And let's dive in talking about my first subject of the day. My first subject of the day, guys, about the biggest question for the Montreal Canadiens for the upcoming season. Let's start with Kirby Dach. We know Dach last year in the NHL, he played 58 games and with 14 goals, 24 assists for a total of 38. Obviously, he was hurt during the season. He was drafted third overall pick in 2019 by the Chicago Blackhawks. My biggest question about him, guys, can he establish himself to become a regular second center in NHL? Can he find a way to reach the total of the 50 to 60 points? If this is the case, guys, Montreal Canadiens are going to have a better year overall for the upcoming season. But again, can he repeat what he did last year in 58 games? That's something we have to follow up for the upcoming season. My second player I want to talk about, guys, we just got traded for the Colorado Avalanche to the Montreal Canadiens. Talking about Le Crochet. What? Alex Newhook. Newhook was also drafted in 2019 by the Colorado Avalanche. This time, 16th overall pick. Last year, guys, Newhook played 82 games with 14 goals, 16 assists for a total of 30 points with a TOI below at 14 minutes. My biggest question for you guys about him, can he play a bigger role with the Montreal Canadiens to be on the top 6 for the season? We know last year or the last 2 years, he played most of the time on the top 9 with the Colorado Avalanche, but can he reach the level top 6 with the Montreal Canadiens? My third player we want to talk about, guys, is, of course, Juraj Slavkovsky. First draft overall pick for the Montreal Canadiens in 2022. Unfortunately for him, last year, Slavkovsky played only 39 games with 4 goals, 6 assists for a total of 10 points. We know he got hurt after a collision with Jacob Trouba from the New York Rangers. Unfortunately, Slavkovsky never returned during the season. Now, the biggest question for him, can he play more minutes per game? Can he play on the top 9? We don't know yet, but hopefully, he can bounce back and have a better year with the Montreal Canadiens for the first overall pick, Juraj Slavkovsky. My next player I want to talk about, guys, of course, is the core of the defensemen for the Montreal Canadiens. I'm talking about most of the rookies. Can they take the next step? This is the biggest question, guys, about them. I'm talking about Cooley, Harris, Kovacevic, Jekai, Barron. Can they carry on that consistency for the upcoming season with the Montreal Canadiens? This is a really big, huge element. Remember, Montreal lost Joel Edmondson, so someone to have to step up could be Caden Cooley. We're going to see this for the upcoming season. And finally, my last player we want to talk about, guys, is the goaltender Samuel Montembeault. What a great year Montembeault has with the Montreal. What a great year Samuel Montembeault had last year with the Montreal Canadiens. Almost became the goaltender number 1 for the Montreal. Can he come back and this year the same way he did last year? If he does, with Slavkovsky have a better year, if the rookies defensemen play better, and then Newhook establish himself with Kirby Dach as a regular player on the top 6 with the Montreal Canadiens for the season 2023-2024, I predict, guys, the Montreal Canadiens are going to have between 75 points to 78 points for upcoming season. Approximately 3 to 6 more points. Coach, come on, you should have more. Listen, guys, the Atlantic Division, Toronto, Tampa, Florida, Boston, Ottawa, Buffalo, and Detroit get better this year. They are a strong team in NHL. So for me, I don't see Montreal have a better situation for the upcoming season. Only the fact, hopefully they can develop as a team and as an individual player for the upcoming season. That would be a great year for the Montreal Canadiens if they do that for the upcoming season 2023-2024. Yes, I would like to hear from you guys what your expectation, maybe from some different players, Montembeault, Slavkovsky, Newhook, Kirby Dach, or the core of the defensemen, and what will be your expectation on number the point Montreal can get for the season 2023 and 2024. That's conclude, guys, my first subject of the day. Let's move on for my second subject of this episode. Oh, today, guys, I have a huge, big proposal rumor for the Montreal Canadiens. It's going to be between the Montreal Canadiens and the Philadelphia Flyers. Are you ready? The Montreal Canadiens get from the Flyers Carter Hart, the goaltender, and the defenseman 6'3", 203 pounds, right defenseman. I'm talking about Ronnie Attard. Now, who is the defenseman, guys? First of all, he played 3 years in NCAA for the West Michigan. Great defenseman, oriented on offensive side of the game. He has 12 goals last year in American Hockey League. His last season in NCAA, 13 goals and 39 games. Now, the Montreal Canadiens had to pay something in return. The Montreal Canadiens sent to the Flyers, guys, yes, Justin Barron, Jacob Tobes, Riley Kidney, and the first-round pick of the Calgary Flame 2024 or 2025. Guys, this is a huge trade for both teams. First of all, Montreal get a right defenseman, 24 years old, 6'3", and then they get a goaltender number 1 for the future with the Montreal Canadiens. Yes, they lose Justin Barron, but I believe Attard is a little bit better. Yes, they lose the goaltender, but with Montembeault and Carter Hart, they are great. Now, Riley Kidney, I don't see how he can play with the Montreal Canadiens for the future. And the first-round pick guy for the Calgary Flame, don't expect too much. We expect maybe between 14 to 30 at the end of the day. And to get Carter Hart in return, I think this is a great deal for the Montreal Canadiens. But again, I would like to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think about my proposal between the Flyers and the Montreal Canadiens. Carter Hart with the right defenseman, Attard, in return of Justin Barron, of course, Jacob Tobes, Riley Kidney, and the first-round pick 2024 from the Calgary Flame. And that's conclude, guys, all the subject we have for this episode. Here we go. This conclude, guys, episode 357. We talk about the biggest question for the upcoming season and a huge trade between the Flyers and the Montreal Canadiens. But before we leave, guys, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Show, and leave us a comment about this episode. And of course, remember, you have greatness inside of you, and we wish you an amazing, great, blessing day, everybody.